It happened a few years ago when I was visiting my cousin Sarah. We've always been close, and staying over at her house felt like a second home. Her family lived in an old two-story house with creaky floors and way too many dark corners. That night, Sarah and I stayed up late, chatting in her room. Around midnight, we finally decided to call it a night. She went to the bathroom down the hall to brush her teeth, leaving me alone in her room. A few minutes later, I heard her voice. "Hey, can you grab my phone from the desk?" It was clear as day, coming from the hallway. I figured she'd forgotten something, so I grabbed her phone and headed toward the bathroom. As I walked down the hall, I saw her standing there, just outside the bathroom door, facing away from me. "Sarah," I said, holding up her phone. "Here." She didn't move. Something about the way she was standing felt off. Her shoulders were too stiff, and her head was tilted slightly to one side, like she was listening for something. "Sarah," I said again, my voice shaky now. She turned slowly. It wasn't her. I can't explain it, but even though the person standing in front of me looked exactly like Sarah, down to the hoodie she was wearing, I knew it wasn't her. The eyes were wrong, too dark, too empty. Then she smiled. It wasn't Sarah's smile. It was too wide, stretching unnaturally across her face, like someone trying to mimic what a smile should look like. I froze. My legs wouldn't move, no matter how much I screamed at myself to run. "Why do you look so scared?" she said, her voice a perfect imitation of Sarah's. That's when I heard it, the sound of the bathroom door opening. The real Sarah stepped out, toothbrush in hand, looking confused. "Why are you just standing there?" she asked, her voice normal, her face sleepy and innocent. I turned back toward the hallway, but the other Sarah was gone. My knees gave out and I dropped her phone. Sarah rushed over, shaking me and asking what was wrong, but I couldn't speak. All I could do was stare at the empty hallway, where I'd just seen whatever that was. When I finally told her what happened, she went pale. "You're not the first one," she whispered. Apparently, others who stayed in the house had seen or heard something similar, someone who looked and sounded just like a family member, but wasn't. Her parents always brushed it off as stress or sleep deprivation, but Sarah swore it was real. We didn't sleep that night, and I haven't been back to her house since. But every now and then, when I talk to her on the phone or FaceTime, a small part of me wonders, is it really her on the other end?